You are not tired because you work too hard. You are tired because your mind never stops. Not even for a second. Not even when you sleep. And the scary thing is, you have gotten so used to the noise inside your head that you do not even notice it anymore. You think that constant thinking is normal. You think that filling every moment with thoughts, with scrolling, with talking, with noise, is just how life works. But it is not. It is how you learn to hide from yourself. Here is the truth no one tells you. The most dangerous prison in the world does not have walls. It has thoughts, and you built it yourself, brick by brick, thought by thought, worry by worry, until the silence started to feel like the enemy, until being alone with yourself felt unbearable, until you needed noise just to feel alive. But what if the silence was never the problem? What if the silence was the answer? Think about the last time you sat in complete quiet. No phone, no music, no one talking, just you. What happened? Most people last about 30 seconds before they reach for something, anything, to fill that space. And that moment, that desperate reach, tells you everything you need to know about where your power went. Your mind is like water, and right now, it is not still, it is not clear. It is moving in every direction at once, pulled by notifications, by opinions, by other people's voices, by fears that have not even happened yet. And you cannot see the bottom of water that never stops moving. You cannot see yourself clearly when your mind never stops talking. The ancient philosophers knew this. The great warriors knew this. The most dangerous, most focused, most powerful people who ever walked this earth, they all understood one thing. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers. But here is where it gets interesting. The reason you are afraid of silence is not because nothing is there. It is because something is your real thoughts, your real feelings, the version of yourself you have been running from. Because the noise, the busyness, the scrolling, the constant stimulation, it is not entertainment. It is escape. And you are so good at escaping that you forgot what you were running from. You were running from yourself. And that is the most exhausting journey a human being can take, running from yourself. Because no matter how fast you go, no matter how loud you make your world, you are always right there, waiting, at the end of every distraction, staring back at you in the silence between the noise. So what happens when you stop running? What happens when you sit down, get quiet, and just stay? Most people never find out. Because the moment it gets uncomfortable, they reach for their phone. The moment the silence gets loud, they turn on the television. The moment their own thoughts start rising, they start talking just to push them back down. And then they wonder why they feel so lost. Why they make the same mistakes. Why they wake up every morning with that heavy feeling in their chest that they cannot name. That feeling has a name. It is called disconnection. You are disconnected from yourself, not from the world, from you. Here is a psychological truth that will change how you see your own mind. Your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts are like weather. They come and go. They shift and change. Some are dark clouds. Some are bright and warm. But you are not the weather, you are the sky. And the sky does not fight the clouds. It does not panic when a storm comes. It does not celebrate when the sun appears. It simply holds everything without becoming any of it. But you forgot you were the sky. You started believing you were the storm. And that is the moment everything started to feel heavy. That is when the anxiety crept in. That is when you stopped trusting yourself. Because when you cannot separate who you are from what you think, every negative thought feels like a sentence. Every fear feels like a fact. Every dark moment feels permanent. Emptying your mind is not about thinking nothing. That is a myth. It is about learning to watch your thoughts without becoming them. It is about creating space between what happens and how you respond. That space, that tiny, powerful space, is where your real strength lives. That space is where decisions change, where reactions become choices, where you stop being controlled and start being free. The most mentally strong people you have ever admired, they are not strong because they think more. They are strong because they have learned to think less. They have learned the art of internal silence. They have learned to clear the noise so they can hear the signal. And the signal is always quiet. Truth never shouts. Your deepest wisdom never screams at you. It whispers. And you can only hear a whisper when you stop making so much noise. Think about a time in your life when you had complete clarity, when you just knew what to do, when the answer felt obvious, when you felt completely certain. Where were you? Most people say it was in the shower, on a walk, lying in bed just before sleep, in a moment of stillness. The clarity came not when you were thinking harder. It came when you stopped. That is not a coincidence. That is your mind working the way it was designed to work, without the clutter, without the noise, without the constant flood of other people's urgency being poured into your head every single day, because that is what is happening to you. Every notification, every news headline, every argument on social media, every opinion forced into your timeline, it is all someone else's urgency, someone else's noise being poured directly into your mind. And your mind, because it is brilliant, because it is powerful, takes all of that in and starts processing it, analyzing it, worrying about it, reacting to it, until the line between your thoughts and their noise completely disappears, and you wonder why you feel scattered. You wonder why you cannot focus. You wonder why you start things and never finish. Why your dreams feel fuzzy and far away. It is because your mind is not yours right now. It is borrowed. It is crowded. It is rented out to 1,000 voices that do not care about your life. Taking your mind back starts with silence. Not silence as a reward you give yourself when everything is finally done, because that day never comes. Silence as a discipline, as a daily practice, as a non-negotiable commitment to yourself. The way you would never go a day without eating. You should never go a day without stillness. Even 10 minutes, even 5. Sit down, put the phone away. Not across the room, away. Close your eyes, breathe, and just watch. Watch what comes up. Do not fight it, do not judge it. Just watch. You will feel uncomfortable at first. Your mind will throw everything at you. The to-do list, the embarrassing memory, the future fear, the old regret. Let it come. Let it pass. You are the sky, remember? Not the storm. And slowly, not immediately, but slowly, something will start to shift. The noise will thin, the static will quiet, and in that space, something extraordinary will rise. Not answers from outside, answers from inside, your own voice. Clear and calm and sure. The voice you have been drowning out with everything else. The voice that knows exactly who you are and exactly where you need to go. That voice has always been there. You just have not been quiet enough to hear it. This is the hidden power of silence. It does not give you something new. It removes everything false. It strips away the noise, the fear, the opinions, the conditioning. And what is left is you, the real you, not the version shaped by other people's expectations, not the version exhausted by performing and pretending, the version that existed before the world got loud, steady, certain, unshakable. And here is the identity shift that changes everything. The moment you stop fearing silence, the moment you stop needing noise to feel safe, you become someone that the world cannot control, because the world controls you through noise. It sells to you through noise. It distracts you through noise. It keeps you anxious, reactive, and small through noise. A quiet mind is a free mind. And a free mind is the most dangerous thing in the world to anyone who profits from your confusion. You were never meant to be this scattered. You were never meant to live inside this constant storm. You were built for depth, for stillness, for the kind of focused, clear, unbroken thinking that creates real things, builds real lives, moves in real directions. The silence is not something to fear. The silence is where you find out who you actually are. And who you actually are is far more powerful than the noise ever let you believe. Go quiet, not to escape the world, to finally meet yourself. Because the person waiting for you in the silence has been waiting a long time, and they have everything you have been looking for. If this reached something deep inside you, something you did not even know needed to hear this, then you already know this channel is different. Subscribe, because what comes next goes even deeper, and the person who watches the next video will not be the same person who watched this one.